Hey everyone, in this video we're reviewing Tier 7 German premium heavy tank Tiger II Kuro. The tank is part of Guild and Panzer collaboration. It is essentially a stock Tiger II with some differences. So let's get started with the setup that I'm using. For equipment I'm going with advanced loader, improved ventilation, and advanced optics. This tank cannot mount gun stabilizer unlike the Tier 8 version. For consumables going with enhanced repair kit, enhanced med kit, and enhanced rations, as well as the camo paint. It has the themed camo, so you can only put on transparent paint. For crew skills, I'm going with Bond Leader, Rapid Loading, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Sixth Sense, Armor Angling, Situational Awareness, Track Mechanic, and a Run and Gun. Looking at the module wear, the engine and fuel tank is towards the back. They won't get damaged if you get penned through the hull in most scenarios. The ammo rack rear turret as well as the side upper hull, and has 5 crew members, 3 in the turret and 2 in the hull. For the armor, it is slightly weaker than the stock Tiger II, but again, it is a tier 7. So I do like the armor because it's better than the Tiger 1, and the tank performs better for its role compared to the Adler as well. So the turret cheeks at 185, upper hull 150, lower hull 100 mm, along with the side turret armor, side armor of 80 mm, so you can side scrape. And this tank can perform the hull down roll much more effectively than Tiger 1. Tiger 1, of course, a great tank. It has great DPM, hit points, mobility, and both these tanks share the same gun. But this tank can hold better because it has better gun depression as well as better turret armor as well as a hull armor. So better survivability against tier 7s and 6s, and at the same time a little bit more effective against tier 8 and 9s because of how the tank can side scrape. However, we do have to keep in mind, because the Tiger 1 has better better DPM and mobility, it can do much more damage quickly against lower tiers, but it struggles a bit against tier 8 and 9 because of weak armor. Looking at the stats after the equipment and crew skills, forward speed 38, reverse 12, horsepower 10, so it does feel pretty sluggish. Hit points 1400, 100 less than Tiger 1, hull rotation speed 22, view range of 497, turret rotation 22 degrees, 8 degrees gun depression. That's the key that differentiate between Tiger 1 along with the armor. Elevation of 15 degrees, reload time 6.9, accuracy 0.28, accuracy during movement 2.1, aim time 1.8. Does carry plenty of shell, standard AP, premium AP CR, and third shell is HE. DPM of 2700. It uses the same gun as Tiger 1, so standard penetration 203, premium 237, and HE is 44. The alpha is 280, very respectable alpha for tier 7. And I do like the 280 300 alpha because the shell cost for standard shell is cheaper when you have 280 alpha. It's around 240, 250. But as soon as you hit the 320 numbers, your shell cost for standard goes to 1000 plus. So you're only getting the 20 extra damage, but the shells becomes more expensive, which means you can make more silver with this tank when you're firing. And 280 is enough alpha for trading at same tier, and you can make it work against tier 8s as well. Shell velocity of 1000, premium shell velocity 1250 and HE 1000 as well. For premium bonus, 40% silver earn rate, 30% premium vehicle earn rate, and then everything else is pretty standard. And if I have to see if this tank is balanced or broken, I would say pretty balanced tank. As mentioned earlier, better at holding, better armored than the Tiger 1, but little sluggish, as well as lower DPM than Tiger 1. So that's essentially your stock Tigers 2. When I grinded the line, I definitely prefer Tiger 2, one of my favorite tier 8s. But while playing this tank, I would much rather prefer the Tiger 2 though, even though it faces tier 10. This just feels sluggish, but still not a bad tank. A balanced, solid tank. And but if we have to buy the tank, I don't think I'll buy this tank, just because it's a tier 7 and we get plenty of those tanks as part of earn-ops. And even if it's 50% off at some point, I'm not sure I think the only way I'll buy this tank is if it's earnable, but if you are into the Gold and Panzers collaboration, you might find this interesting. For me, I recommend that always go for basic season pass and ultimate season pass. If you have limited gold, and of course, if you have enough gold, it's a balanced tank, you can get it. But I won't be buying the tank. So let's see how the tank performs in the battlefield. I'm in Pilsen. We got the south spawn. It is diagonal spawns, and I do prefer the diagonal spawns in Pilsen because the game lasts longer. In addition, no artillery, decent amount of heavies, which means there's enough hit points. In addition, it is a tier 8 matchmaking, so no tier 9s. And this is basically the average matchmaking where you're always fighting against tier 8s, and see how this tank can perform. As mentioned, the tank is sluggish. It is even sluggish than the stock Tiger 2. So if you really want, you can try the advanced powertrain. So tank has a little better power to weight. But again, it's a heavy tank. It is going to be slow. Even with that equipment, it's not going to make much difference. They do have a lot of tier 8, so switching to premium already, you can still make silver if you're firing premium as soon as you connect. And the problem happens, or you lose silver, if you can't penetrate your premium kills, which might happen in this game. The first shot destroyed the wall. It was a risky shot, and their VK 100 very confident with its armor just sitting in the middle, and our team is struggling to pen him, and I am as well. 2 shots bounced. If I had gun stabilizer, I would have penned him much more reliably, or if I was tier 8 as well, like a tier 8 Tiger 2, I missed a shot or bounced a shot on the hatch, so I went for the side just to try my luck, but I know the better chance of penning the tank is on the hatch. It would be much easier if our team can track the tank, which they did, and so far I'm the only one that managed to pen VK. He's slowly rocking back and forth, but still enough where it's making me miss my shots. Nonetheless, managed to get another pen. I do have to be careful of that BZ-166, as he can see me, and even his standard shell can go through my turret cheeks. I thought I'm in cover, but it's a very small window where I can have shots on BK and can be in cover from him, as well as the BZ. 1200 damage on 2 VK so far. Backed up a little bit too much here, and VK is down to 1 shot. And that's what I was saying, the BZ do manage to pen me. It is a tier 8, so BZ do have limited pen, but he'll pen you. I tried to go for the hatch, but didn't. Managed to pen it. It is a difficult shot because he's moving back and forth, and I don't have the greatest pen. But I managed to lose the spot, which allowed me to aim a little bit better, but I was tired. I'm like, it's time to switch to HE to annoy him. Maybe he'll move out of position, or maybe he'll lose some crew. Nonetheless, doing some decent HE damage with 80 plus, and I'm happy with that. I do have 5 shells. I can do it 5 times, and usually when you start firing HE, the opponent or even myself do get frustrated and ended up making bad plays because you can't really hide from HE. And 280 alpha on standard, which means even the HE alpha, I think it's 300. I forgot exactly what it was, but decent enough where I'm doing 60, 70, or even 80 splash damage instead of doing like 10 or 15. KV4 pushing forward gave me his side turret a nice and easy penetration. The score is now even, and just doing some easy farm. Moved a little bit left so I don't get shot from BZ. A nice shot into KV4 load plate as well. I'm kind of fighting all the armored tanks so far, so you can see how it performs. For example, KV4, VK, you can pen the weak spots, but again, you're not gonna pen if they're slightly angled, their hull or like more armored spots. I thought I'll be safe, but KV4 at the last minute penned me as he switches attention from my teammate to me. We're losing by 1, 2600 damage. Vanguard or ELC even. My shell went underneath the tank. It is pretty frustrating. Like, I think it's more frustrating when you shoot the tank and the shell goes under their hull instead of when you miss it altogether. Again, that should have been a pen, but lack of stabilizer, I missed that shot. And then I bounced the absolution. I was pretty confident I'll pen him since I'm firing premium, but that iron rods on the side can block shots. And peeking sideways got punished by the tier 6. So whenever you're fighting to use your armor, you have to side scrape, because if you peek, that's what will happen. Only 80 mm of side armor, and the tank is tall, and even tier 6s can pen through your side armor if you're peeking like that. So use the tank to its strengths, and since I've lost all my HP, that was the only option I had. Meanwhile, I managed to bounce Absolution again. Amp6, not sure what his plan was, but he didn't like the new tank. I think that's the curse of new tank. Whenever you're playing a new tank, sometimes you do get more focus, as people are not upset, or they think you are a pay-to-win player, which is understandable to some extent. But regardless, teammate managed to take out the TD, Absolution peaked again, and finally he's dead. There's a guy on the cap, and I thought our heavy at F2 will push and can at least reset, but for some reason he's not moving at all, so I'm the one that has to push. I will be in a cross though. There's a Vanguard over on the left side. He penned me, but took him out of the game before he could kill me. 19 seconds. The VK started pushing, managed to pen him, and rotating as much as possible so he doesn't get a shot on my side. I was almost loaded, but he was just quick enough. So that's it for this video. Do let me know if you're planning to buy this tank or what do you think about this tank, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.